AITA for ghosting. My friend, after she had an online affair behind her husband's back and told me to help cover it up. Okay, first off, this is a dummy account because I know the other party in this story has read it, and I really don't want to cause any more drama than this situation has already turned out to be. Names have been changed, and our ages have been fudged a little to help with anonymity. But hey, they are names and not letters. I know it gets confusing when it's just a letter. It all started when I, Ruth 31F, decided to finally play Red Dead Redemption 2. The game had been sitting in my library for so long that I felt bad and knew I needed to play it since it had been bought for me. Now, I love this game and loved the first game too. I'm a little obsessed with it even, so I am obsessed with this game. And sure, it's easy to find guys to play with, but sometimes I dream of just having some other gamer girlies to nerd out with, you know? And that's when I met Jessica 30F. She was right around my age. She had been playing since the first game came out too, and well, she was looking for a friend too. It felt like a match made in heaven. Like lots of gamers, we exchanged Discord usernames so we could chat more outside of the game. She invited me to play with her and some of the other people she had met in the game as well, although she told me she had been too shy to talk to them. I should note that she and I would only send messages, not voice calls, because she said she felt too shy for that. And I was just happy to have a friend I could talk about the game with and play with. One of the people I met was Lucas 42M. After playing a few times, he also wanted to exchange Discord with me. It was then I found out that he had not exchanged Discords with Jessica. She told me that I should pass her information along to him since he had seemed nice when they played, so I did that. After adding Lucas on Discord, he was quick to harass me for personal information, practically demanding I tell him my legal name, as he felt my gamer tag and alias were stupid. I will say it right here and right now. Lucas was a red flag to me from that moment on. Jessica thought it was silly that I felt bent out of shape over his harassment, and she would make excuses that he just wasn't good with people. I brushed all this off because she had told me about her husband, Noah 32M, whom she had been with for 10 years, married for 5 years. So in my mind, Lucas was just a friend who she was sticking up for, even though I didn't think he needed excuses for the harassment he was giving me. So I didn't talk to Lucas much. Soon my conversations with Jessica went from being about the game to being about how she wanted to prove to Lucas that she was smarter than him. She liked to argue with him and make him mad. I wanted to play with him as little as possible because he liked to tell me how I was playing the game wrong. Jessica also made it very clear I was not to tell Lucas she was married because she didn't want him to know, since he was somewhat flirty with her and she didn't want to lose that, because to her it was special. I told her I wouldn't tell him, but I also told her I felt it was asking for trouble to not bring it up herself. She said she just wasn't ready yet and wanted to preserve their little flirty friendship as what it was. I stupidly believed that's all it would be. After the two of them, Jessica and Lucas, played without me one night, Jessica messaged me to tell me that I should join her so things wouldn't be weird between her and Lucas. Except when I did join them, Lucas told Jessica in their DMs that he was upset I joined because he wanted to be alone with her. So she asked me to leave, which caused Lucas to be mad at me because I left, and he thought I clearly didn't like him because quickly after joining them, I had left. It wasn't long after this night when things started to get even messier. It was a day or so later that she told me she was in over her head with Lucas, as their conversations had turned intimate, pictures had been exchanged, and she wanted him. This made me so uncomfortable to hear. I am a monogamous person myself, and having been cheated on, this was bringing up a lot of awkward feelings, as I wanted to be a good friend, but I also find online cheating to still be that cheating. Jessica claimed she felt bad because Lucas didn't know about Noah, and she loved Noah but also felt he didn't show her all the attention she wanted. I encouraged her to be honest with Lucas about her marriage, and when she came clean, things got even worse. Lucas didn't want to talk to her or play games with her, and Jessica wanted to do nothing but cry. Lucas had told Jessica that she needed to sort her life out before he would talk with her again. It was hard hearing how upset my friend was, but I also felt bad hearing how her husband was comforting her and trying to make her feel better, even though he had no idea what had upset her so much. I did my best to keep an open mind and not judge her for what was happening, but the more she told me, the harder it became, as it felt like I was pushing my own morals to the side. When I told Jessica I felt she needed to tell Noah at least some of what was going on with Lucas, she started to go on about how horrible Noah was, how he was a bum, how he wasn't affectionate, and how he didn't give her what she needed. She would stress that she was just being honest, that they needed couples therapy, but to me it felt like she was trying to justify cheating on him by seeking attention from Lucas. When I would try and talk to Lucas, I was always met with suspicion and attitude, so I basically ignored the guy since I had not been much of a fan of him from the start. It had been maybe 3 days since Lucas had told Jessica that he didn't want to talk to her before they were messaging each other again, and Jessica was telling me all about their interactions. Jessica told me how she had gone on about her life and how Lucas had said he wasn't mad, just disappointed. So just like that, we all were gaming together again, and I felt like the awkward third wheel. They went back and forth in the days that followed, with Lucas being mad but then also being flirty with Jessica. Jessica would flip-flop between being mad that he was flirty and being mad that he wasn't. I was starting to feel really bad for poor Noah, who had no idea what was going on. After about a month of all of this, I found it all to be too much and too messy. Jessica kept bringing up how Noah was jealous she had a friendship with Lucas and how Noah was worried about how sad she was getting when he didn't know why. Since Jessica was not going to tell him that things had escalated with Lucas, she even went so far as to say the way Noah reacted about her time spent with Lucas was a red flag to her, and she wanted to separate from him, but not so she could have a relationship with Lucas, just because Noah was a red flag. When gaming one night, I lost it with Lucas because he was being relentless in his attempts to tell me how I should be playing the game, so I left. Jessica messaged me and asked me to not be upset, reminded me that Lucas just isn't good with people and thinks he knows best, and said that she liked the way he was a jerk to us. She went on about how he really was a nice guy and that he could be so sweet to her. I didn't want to hear it. I told her that I didn't see what she saw in him and that, to me, Lucas was the red flag, not Noah. I wish I was friends with Noah because I don't think it's fair that he has been left in the dark through all of this. But I also feel like maybe I am a bad friend for turning judgy in the end. But to me, cheating is not acceptable. It's not something a person deserves to have happen to them. And even if it's not physical, it can still be cheating. So am I the asshole for ghosting my new friend and the guy she doesn't want to date, because I feel like I am supporting her cheating if I stay.